Hello, hello. They changed everything. It used to tell me exactly when I went live, so I'm depending on all of you lovely people to let me know. Okay, it's on. It's on like a Donkey Kong. How is everyone? Hi, Phoenix Revolution. Hi, Maricela. Hi, Heather and Shelby and LaTanya and Juan, of course. Did I say Jamie? And hello, of course, to our lovely Lee that is here. Hi, Stella and Alien. Okay. Woo. Oh, my goodness. Hi, Tina and Sattermere. Hi, lovelies and Erica and Kit and Tanya. Wow. Okay. Color, if you can't tell that, I am humbled. Thank you. Hello. Happy Friday. Hi, Karen. Happy, like if you celebrate something, happy, whatever it is that you celebrate that makes you feel good. If you like it, I love it. I know some folks are celebrating Good Friday. So there's so much going on. Shadow of Mercury has started in Taurus. I keep saying this, but just in case you missed it last week, I decided to lower my lighting. Sorry, I'm fixing things, guys, because I can't do the bright lights for 2 hours. We'll see if that works. Let's see. Hi, Teresa. So when a planet goes into retrograde, right before it goes into retrograde, it slows down. It's called stationing. So right now, Mercury, which is already in Taurus, which is a little slower, Mercury likes to be fast, is getting ready to station and slowing down. So if technology is frustrating, if your Wi-Fi has been wonky, any of that, that may, and also it's just frustrating, so it may feel frustrating for people. Yeah. You know, Mercury and Taurus in retrograde may make you spend money on things you don't want to spend because, you know, that's when the car goes wonky and our electronics goes wonky and just mechanical things in general. I see somebody talking about their disposal and their washer. So I just say that so that y'all know you're not crazy. You're feeling it and it's happening. So tonight we are going to do, I don't have a lot of announcements tonight because I'm not doing a Sunday video. The Sunday after, so far, we are scheduled to do the last part of the progressed moons. Hi, Zoe. So that'll be a week from this Sunday. But, and I think that I am live doing Aquarius on Saturday. Who knows? I might go live and do some air signs on Sunday. I'm going to let my kids decide what we do. But other than that, I think that's it. So we'll just get started tonight. Wahoo. So hi, Anna Michelle. So we're gonna start. If you are new here, please let the community know you're new. This community is awesome. We're gonna do some pulling a tarot and an oracle for each zodiac. And that just means however it fits, it fits. So if you want to apply it to the corresponding house, in other words, Aries is 1, Taurus is 2, Gemini is 3, and so on and so on, you know, that lands Libra promptly at the 7th house, and, you know, Capricorn is the 10th, Pisces is the 12th. So if you want to apply it to the house your sun or moon or Venus are in, absolutely. If you want to apply it to your rising sign, listen, whatever will resonate, Trust me, you'll know. You will absolutely know. So with that being said, we're going to go through in the elements. So we go through the fire elements, and then the earth, and then air, and then water signs last, because they wipe me out. And the water sign readings for April are on the channel, the full ones already. So you don't care if I make videos as long as you get chocolate? So you're not looking for the quality time, just so we're clear. You're looking for the chocolate. My child replied back with, chocolate sundae perhaps? I should have known. Because why? She's a Taurus. She'll be happy to chill out and, yeah. Chocolate over quality time. Yeah. That sounds about right. The little one will just want to cuddle. He'll like chocolate, but I think she wants a straight up bunny. The bunny, oh, I love the bunny. Oh, she's that kid. Anyway, this is why I say give a Taurus a hug and a cupcake. The one wants hugs and the other one wants cupcakes. Hey, Danny. All right. So no further ado talking about my children or what we'll be doing on Sunday. Clearly eating chocolate. Let's get into Aries. This is great if you have first house placements, any Aries placements. If it resonates, you'll know, you'll feel it. And if it doesn't, please don't let it make you feel nervousness. Please don't let it make you, if it makes you feel nervous, if it triggers anything, it's probably not for you. And if it triggers something that you feel you have to examine, do that gently. You can also book a session, but seriously, you know, sit with yourself gently and use yourself as a human pendulum. Like, if I say something and you feel like it resonates, but you don't really want it to resonate, take time by yourself. Sit in the tub. It's the best place. In water. If you can, do some Epsom salts and, you know, let your body tell you. If there's something you need to examine and explore, and be gentle with yourself. I have the hiccups. This should get fun. Oh, Phoenix Revolution, I'm so sorry that happened to you. I'm glad everyone's safe. Okay. Oh, and there are, now that I'm looking at Danny's name, there are gift certificates available now. So if you want a gift, I call it the gift of guidance. If you want to get a gift, that is now also on the website. I don't think of these things until somebody's like, hey, I would like to get somebody a gift certificate. How do we do that? PayPal is working. Gift certificates are working. I've been a busy girl. Hi, Gina. Okay. Here are the cards for Aries. Interesting. So we have two cards that came out in reverse. The first, hi Venus energy. The first is, don't we love Alexi? I kind of want to use these cards for every reading, but I won't. Unless y'all want me to, and then I will. Because I'm here for you. So, and the card is that red. It's not just my light. So we have, this is the Six of Cups. It was in reverse. Aries, there's two things going on here. You know, Chiron is in the sign of Aries right now. It was just in that whole fun Libra moon that we just had. not. It probably was for some people. I'm always complaining that that I don't like it when people are using their own personal experience to express the education of the zodiac. Like, it's, you know, it may feel one way to somebody. And so, again, I hope this Libra moon was great for you. As a cardinal sign, while Cancer, Mars is also in Cancer, and it all happened to just correspond so perfectly with all of the degrees of all of my both Aries and Cancer placements. It was not so much fun for me. But what I can tell you from one of the, like, I think there's like 17 aspects that were going on in my chart, and kind of none of them fun in the last 3 days. So Jupiter was loosely conjunct Chiron, which was conjunct the sun, which was, of course, opposing the Libra moon, which is what makes the full moon. That was not squaring the Cancer Mars. Cancer Mars was around 4 or 5 degrees around that time. So if you had planets in cardinal things around 4 or 5 degrees, not only were you getting the moon, but you were getting the Cancer in Mars. But Aries is one of those fun signs where Chiron went retrograde a lot for about 5 years. So if you have Aries and Chiron, you're getting run over again and again and again, and then some more with this Chiron. Now listen, it's not giving you new wounds. What it is doing is constantly, for Cancer, I don't think that was a fun moon for Cancer placements. My personal 2 cents as an astrologer, not just what I personally experienced. But this 6 of Cups in reverse, I say this all the time. Sometimes we have to acclimate and integrate what has come up. When Chiron is in your sign, when you're having Chiron transits. Hi, Amber. Hi, Adva. When you're having Chiron transits, again, it's not going to bring a new wound when you're in your adulthood. But what it does is it brings things up so you can really examine and explore them, and they don't feel good sometimes when they come up. And the thing is that for some of you that have Aries placements, first house placements, you either possibly have gone through kind of a dark night of the soul recently, or it feels like you're having a sporadic one. So it could feel like it's time for a rest from doing all, you know, you need maybe a week of trying not to the thing is it'll come up. Tripping on my words, I apologize. It'll come up whether we want it to or not. While we're folding clothes, while we're doing a dish, while we're in the middle of work, while we're talking, having a conversation with somebody, it will come up. Those little reminders or things to process. However, if while we are a big bruise, if while we are so hell-bent on exploring, and Aries can get hell-bent on just let me you know, go to it and rip the wound open and let's get it over with. Let's get it over with, right? Let's just get it done so it can be on the other side of me. And Aries is courageous like that, but this is almost asking you to stop. And also, hi, DeRay. Also, we have an 8 of Cups also in reverse. The other thing that happens, and this is so apropos of Aries, is that when we have to do a lot of healing and when we have to process things, we get understandably defensive. The walls go up because something has just made us feel vulnerable. The outer shell feels cracked, penetrable. And so the fortress gets reinforced. We can go through warrior phases. It's natural. There's the warrior phase. There's an imposter phase. There's all kinds of phases. When something comes up, we examine it, we process. It's not just like, oh, I realized that was a thing now, I'm all better. That would be great, but that's not how it happens. So this warrior phase is necessary. It's creating an armor for the thing that is tender. And it feels so tender. But there's a time to just not dig so deep. There's a rest. And during Aries season, when everything else is happening, hi Sparklement, I think that you're being asked to take a rest, and I'm getting a physical confirmation on that, because to keep foraying, to keep they're showing me, to keep burrowing into the tunnel of the things that have to be examined and explored, like a cave, like a miner. That's what I'm being shown. When you continue to further the journey, go deeper down the hole, of course, you have all that protective gear on. There is something that you have shut down or walked away from. You don't necessarily have to fully walk away from. You may have to re-navigate how you deal with it, how you exchange with that person, that situation. But it looks like you've walked away from something, and the guides here are saying that, like, it's time to look at that. Can this new version of you handle that better now? Can this new version of you go back into that situation and maybe not completely cut it out altogether, but renegotiate what it looks like? Big time. For some of you, this is love. For some of you, this is somebody that you thought, if I let them back in, they're just going to hurt me again. Again, Aries placements. And Aries doesn't do reruns a whole lot either. They're like Cancer that way. But you're different. You are different, Aries, especially after a whole, Jupiter in your sign, especially it just explodes and exaggerates all of that Aries energy. Hey, Lil John. You are different. So they're saying that if you want, you can look at the things that you've cut off, and not everything needs to be brought back in, but something here needs to be explored. And it doesn't mean you don't have to protect yourself. It's just that you do that a little bit more organically now without having to have the big steely walls. I believe you're going to feel a softening. And I feel like you're going to especially feel this when Venus goes into Cancer. So we pulled, thanks Alt21. It's been a while since I did something. I mean, I guess it was purple and then it was pink, so I guess some people would think that's drastic, but for me, changing the depth is drastic. It was time. It helps when you're in Phoenix energy to just completely take a spoon to all of it. Okay. The world is a reflection of your thoughts, feelings, and beliefs. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm stopping right there because that's really the thing, is that your dichotomy with that person or situation that you walked away with was also a reflection of what you had healed and not healed yet. And so the healed version of you reflects differently. And so that's what's making room now. Okay. That was a perfect, as soon as I read that. When you look into the mirror, do you like what you see? This card asks that you focus on self-love and self-esteem. Reflect by the sacred pool and be at peace with yourself. A detached self-examination made with rigorous honesty is called for now. Can you see how far you've come and how magical your life is and can be? Do you notice the spark of the divine shining through your eyes? When you're conscious that you're the embodiment of your higher self, it becomes easier to act in good conscience. Then you'll reap the greatest rewards. I think a lot of Aries placements are feeling... Aries wants to act. Aries wants to move forward. And I feel like some Aries placements, what I'm picking up, may feel like a hesitation, and that's not normally how they conduct themselves. Wait until Taurus season. There's not, we're already in shadow of Mercury. Maybe not the best time to make a ton of decisions anyway. You know, maybe waiting until we're in Taurus season, and next week I'm gonna have it all set for you, or have the day, the ingress of when Venus goes into Cancer, because I just really feel like there's something there for you, Aries, for that. Okay. Hi, Lily. So now we are on Leo. How are my Leos? We are good. Oh, it stretches my little hands. We're using David Bowie inspired Starman Tarot. Thank you, Juan. Well, that is interesting. I'm going to take one of these. Come on, Mama. Is this not the one that I'm supposed to be using? Okay. I'll listen. One of these. Okay, so first off, Leo. I just see that there's an attachment to something or someone that you're letting go of. But they're so attached to you that you feel the need to almost have to ghost to separate yourself from that energy. We have the Five of Pentacles in the upright and Four of Pentacles in reverse. This is a well, hey, TS. It's a well shuffled deck. So the 5 and the 4 coming out together is definitely divine. This is our ghost card that I'm throwing. Do you see the gate? I gotta tell you, it feels like somebody very toxic. I mean, we have somebody locked out, hanging out with the trash. I don't feel like this is a subtle. I feel like somebody that either had a lot of toxicity they were bringing to your life, or when you interacted with them, you acted in a toxic way that you are stepping out of. And listen, when we process, when we grow, when we step into like the better, higher version, healed, whatever. It's not better, it's just different. When we step into that version of ourselves, it's a cha-cha. It's, 3 steps forward, 2 steps back. Leo, this feels like you letting go of a person or a group of people. I feel energy vampires is what I feel for you, Leo. But it was so toxic. And because no subtlety was taken, wow. Like no subtlety was taken and understood, it had to become not answering, pretending not to see their texts, what have you. I just can't do this. I'm busy. I don't think you're mean about it. I just think that there's a shutdown. I think there's a little ghosting. But it feels like ghosting because what else is there left to do? Because everything else is not working to make a separation between myself now and this toxic energy. Whether we have the 4 of Pentacles in reverse. Now, I've seen other readers read the 4 of Pentacles different, but the way that I read it is that 4 of Pentacles is, there's always somebody holding that pentacle. Mind, down, down, down. It's attachment. And it's also feeling under-resourced. So like, I need this. It's kind of fear mindset, or it could be poverty mindset, but it's definitely like attachment. Like, I can't live without this. I know there's all this, potential and possibility that I could grow like over here, but I can't live without this. And I'm not willing to let this go, even though if I do, I get to walk into all of that. You just made a huge, this is big. I can feel it. This is a big one for you, Leo. And so letting go of this thing or this person, for some of you, it's more than one person. I want to say it's like 2 people. Let's just have a second to talk about something that's hard to say out loud, because we love our friends and we love our family. But there's a point when you start doing the work yourself, you start finding whatever ways. You're also happy to examine what wasn't, things that happened to you when you're a child. That's not yours. That's somebody else. That happened to you. You did not arrange it. You did not participate in it. It happened to you when you're a kid, right? And then we have trauma responses from those. And then at some point, once we heal some of that, we can respond differently. We feel more empowered. We feel more in control. And once we release, once we find out how we are in our own way, because in some ways we can be, it's really hard to sit and spend a lot of time with people who are determined to be in their own way, who are more excited to talk about gossip about other people and to never examine inward, or be in their victimship. And it's not that we don't love them, but as you grow, it changes your circle. Leo, I'm feeling a lot of that in here. But I have to tell you, for quite a few of you, this space from you is going, and just watching you do what you do is going to make them examine things, and they're going to be able to empower themselves. But you're not being mean. You're not being exclusive instead of inclusive, because I hear that as being a worry for some of you, that this is like exclusive behavior, and you prefer to be somebody who's more inclusive. This is necessary right now for you and for them. But it shows great difference in how you work with attachment. And let me tell you something. That's a big one. The attachment's a big one for all of us. So when you move through life now without that attachment style, everything will change for you. Everything will change for you. And other people see that, and there are going to be people that are going to be envious, resentful, what have you. You cannot do anything for them. But you also don't have to let things hold you back. And you're leading by example. This feels hard, but it feels like I also want to like cheers to you. You can't keep sitting in that energy. You can't keep sitting in that vibration. It's almost uncomfortable now. And there's something about gossip here where like you don't want to sit in the gossip. Let's see what we got. Okay. Welcoming surrender. Yeah, letting go of attachment. I love that the oracle cards always line up. I don't love that it's one of these ones that don't have numbers. I can't even see the page numbers. Everybody's so quiet tonight. Okay, here we go. There is no problem, only destiny being revealed. When surrender is welcomed, you are open to viewing life as the playground of the soul's evolution. Yes. You are no longer worrying about what to do, where to go. Instead, you are following the gentle, peaceful flow of inner guidance in surrender. Every personal conflict is handed over to Source so as not to distract you from the prime objective of evolving. I feel like that's what I just said. I feel like that's what I just said. Let me know if I'm still connected, because it just yelled at me again that like my connection was lost. And we are having wonky internet over here. So we are on to Sagittarius. So this is Sagittarius or 9th house placements. You can, okay. They have my screen turned off. It's telling me an error occurred. Please try again later. But if I try to refresh it, everything will go away. So I kind of can't tell tonight. Oh, thanks. Hi, Spartacus. Okay. Oh, Rendella, I'm glad if it helps. Okay, I see what that one is. I'm not bending over to pick it up because it's all the way on the other side. Okay, using the double major for Sagittarius. Very, very interesting. Okay, which gives us only major arcana and court cards. Hi, Cece. However, there's two versions of each. Like, what if the Fool falls? So speaking of the Fool, that is the first card for Sagittarius. We have the Fool card. So there is a new adventure for Sagittarius, or, you know, of course, that could be falling in love, but there's something that is uncomfortable that you're being asked to kind of trust fall into spirit and into the process, to take the leap. And, you know, Sagittarius is the fire sign. It's not too terribly opposed to taking a leap. It's just that, you know, that Gemini Mars is just opposed Sag since August. So Sagittarius is also might be feeling a little exhausted. That may not have been fun. So to ask you to take a leap when you're tired, when you feel like you've just been dealing with Mars on the other side of the seesaw for 8 months, you could be like, really? Can I take a minute here? Can I rest? And also the fact that Saturn is at like 3 degrees of Pisces. So that is also squaring Sagittarius placements. We have the other version of the King of Swords. So let's find that. Here we go. It should be right here. Okay. Can we talk about how tiny that writing is? Ma'am. Hi, Jacqueline. Okay. So we have this King of Swords, who is, you know, different. When usually we see the King of Swords in the Rider-Waite-Tarot, he's like that. Hopefully that's in focus. But we have the alternate version of the King of Swords. The King of Swords stood up, lowered his sword down, raised his chin high. He seems to try to keep an eye on the opponent's words and actions rather than brandishing the sword for a while. But his attitude and expression are full of confidence and dignity that he will never be pushed back by someone. The points that he would respond to the opponent's manner and would not wield the sword recklessly feels more sacred. Of course, the King of Swords will take any firm action to protect his territory at any time. However, he intends to listen to the other person more carefully for right now, and the opponent is given time to negotiate. Very clearly, Sagittarius. Universe is asking you to jump into something, and you may be tired, and Saturn may be squaring your placements just as soon as, you know, the Gemini Mars came off the seesaw and was posing. I think that fighting, conflict, anything that you feel like that has been exhausting you, this makes so much sense to me, right? So normally the King of Swords would be wielding his sword, would be giving it back with integrity, with, you know, but they're kind of just saying, no, I'm just going to sit and listen for now. That you have other things to go into. It is time for that conflict, whatever the conflict has been, Sagittarius and 9th house placements. It is time for that conflict to just take a back seat. And you can hear people out, but you don't even have to give them your energy. You don't have to engage with them. You know, it's like that. If you fight with a pig in a mud, you're just going to get dirty kind of thing. And I'm not saying whoever you're fighting with is fighting dirty, but for now, listen, be compassionate, still run with integrity, but stop giving it in your energy, because if you have to respond right now, that's strategy, that's energy, that's overthinking, all of that, Sagittarius. Sagittarius does just want to leap. There is something here that is calling for you to move into it that's beneficial for you, a new journey, a new way of doing everything. And whatever this conflict that's been with somebody, and for some of you, I'm getting that this is like long-term conflict. Like this has been a minute. It's not even about you rest because you need to rest from the back and forth. You don't have to even give it your energy anymore. It's almost like it was distracting you from other things that serve you much, much better. Let's get maybe this deck will let me have an oracle card. Hi, Zach. For Sagittarius. Came right out. See? Came right out. I think this one, here we go. I think this one I can read without my glasses, but we'll see. I don't know how I just misplaced my glasses in like 5 seconds, but I did. So now we're using these. So pretty. These cards are gorgeous. Take off your mask or masks. You cannot get the love and attention you are craving by pretending to be somebody you are not. Be honest with yourself and others. Do you feel that you will lose friends and opportunities by showing your imperfections, fears, and vulnerabilities? Are you constantly doing things to please others, even if doing this does not work for you? This card indicates that you need time to get to know yourself and all the new changes, the healing, the evolution, this version of yourself, and how that all reflects as what is important in your life. You will know you are evolving when other people's judgments of you no longer impact you. So you're not going to fight. You're not going to engage with that because it won't matter. You have incredible talent. Believe in yourself. Don't hide your greatness because others feel envious or resentful. Remember, every leader had people who loved them and believed in them, as well as those who doubted and disliked them. I want to say something about Sagittarius too. Sagittarius, I've never, especially like Sag moons and Sag risings, they'll almost hold back things that they know because they never want anyone else to like feel bad about what they, you know, to feel bad that they don't know something. In other words, they will water themselves down. They don't need to feel like the best in the room. They will water themselves down to make sure that everyone feels okay about themselves. And that's a really, really beautiful part of Sagittarius placements. Don't engage. Just for a while, you don't feel like, if you've been feeling at conflict with somebody, really don't engage. And this goes for 9th house placements as well. You know, and think about where Mars has been and where Mars is and how that reflects on your chart. We are moving into Taurus. Taurus and 2nd house placements. You have Cancer and your Mars in your 9th. So, right. So that is when this reading may feel, you know, pertinent to you. With Mars and Cancer right now in me reading for 9th house issues. That there could have been Sagittarius that said that feels like it has nothing to do with me, but that could have to deal with somebody who has 9th house placements. Hi, Jessica. Okay, let's get 2 cards for Taurus and an oracle. Ooh. I think since I don't have any advertisers, I don't have to hide the cards that have like people's, should we say, naughty bits on them. I mean, we're all adults. It does say this isn't for kids. Oh, hi, Johnny. I'm taking questions at the end, so you'll have to be here at the end. There's no list right now, just at the end when I let you know. People can ask yes or no questions. But that'll be after Pisces. Come on, one more. Thank you. Very interesting. I say that all the time, but it's interesting to me. Does everybody else feel like it's not that interesting, Susie? Calm down. Okay. So I gotta tell you, the first card to come out for Taurus is the Star card. I will be very excited for Taurus. We're having one last eclipse in the Taurus. We'll be having one last eclipse in the Taurus Scorpio axis. And then Jupiter comes into your sign, and then the nodes move out of your sign. The eclipses move out of your sign. Hey, Monique. You know, it's gonna feel so much nicer. So much nicer. Saturn isn't squaring Taurus anymore. I mean, you're still stuck with Uranus for a little bit, but for a couple of years. But there is going to be some decompression for Taurus. Okay. So what we have here is the Star card. Oh, my New York almost came out. The Star card. And the Page of Pentacles upside down. So the Aquarius Star card is absolutely healing. It's one of my favorite cards because it is healing, but it's also wish fulfillment. And it's also like taking what you heal and pouring it back into the collective, back in to the people, like acting through this new healed version of yourself until you are an example to other people, until how you react and interact with everyone on a daily basis becomes a new bar, you know? Aquarius takes the knowledge that the other 10 houses built and gives it to everyone. It's why it's the internet. I always say, you know, the thing about the internet is it is in the house of the humanitarian because it comes without bias. What the wealthiest person in the world can know, and anyone can know, because the internet, you know, everyone can access it. Aquarius, the star card, she is very clearly pouring the healing, the emotion, all of it back into her collective, into her waters. She's still got a knee on the ground and a foot in emotion, which is gorgeous, and we love that. Taurus, you've had a year and a half of the nodal axis and of squaring Saturn. You did collect a lot of knowledge, a lot of healing, some of it tough. I do believe we're going to see a little bit more movement for Taurus because it's easier to move when you don't feel like you're under pressure from a million different directions. The Page of Pentacles in reverse. I think we're rethinking. Hi, Odalia? Odalia. I hope I said that correctly. The way she's so pensive, looking at that pentacle, I think a lot of what can keep people feeling stuck is, of course, you're not going to take yourself or your kids and put yourself in a situation where you can't put food on the table or keep a roof over your head. And for the longest time, I don't think it's a surprise that this is coming out with Aquarius. For the longest time, there is like one of kind of three ways to do that. And I think that Taurus and second house placements have an ability to look at stability a completely new way. This is this Aquarius world we're living in. I mean, come on. I hope everybody's taking advantage of ChatGPT. Incredible. Right? There are so many things you can do from home. The thing that scared you, that you felt like, well, I just can't. I know that it's unhealthy for me to stay here, but it's logistically not pragmatic or realistic for me to move out of this situation or move out of my relationship with this person, because when going gets tough, that's who's gonna like help me financially. And yes, do they hold that over my head a little bit? Maybe. Did they think less of me and let me know once in a blue moon passive aggressively? Maybe. I think that there is so much healing here that it has even released the mindset for Taurus of what that stability looks like. And I think it's absolutely beautiful that we have that Aquarius major arcana coming out. I don't think that that is a Page of Pentacles in reverse, because I think because there's a lack of stability, I think the page is a messenger. The page is a messenger, and it's telling you that stability doesn't look like it used to. completely forget everything you knew, and there are other ways. There is a loosening, a decompression around Taurus and Taurus placements. Let's look at this oracle card. I gotta tell you, I hope no one's disappointed. I'm really excited that all of these cards seem to be, nothing has been blatantly a love reading. Hi, LaTanya. Nothing has been blatantly a love reading. It has all been about big steps and big jumps and evolutions that you all have been, and how that's going to change the playing field of everything in your life in a good way. Let's look at this card we got. Making a choice. Yeah. You're required to come to a decision now. If you've been faced with a dilemma or a fork in the road and must make a conscious choice regarding the next right action, whatever that choice is, you will take responsibility for it, and you needn't be afraid. You may not have all the answers right now because the way ahead can't be known until you've embarked upon and traveled a few steps. Trust your intuition. Ask for a sign from your higher self. You'll be led in the right path. If you remain conscious and aware, your choice will always be the right one at this time. Life is always about learning. Success lies in choosing consciously, guided by intuition. Yeah. Jupiter's about to hit your sign. There's decompression. And also the stability that, please understand, I'm talking about stability. Hi, Dana. And to some people they're just hearing money and they're thinking like, that's not the most important thing. I personally have left a situation with like my kids, and very little else, and just figured it out. I used to say my kids and my dignity, and I gave up a lot of monetary stuff to take everyone out of that situation. But you have to understand, to a Taurus, that stability is like air, because something in their childhood had a lack of it. It's not really all that ironic that my cardinal energy was like, I gotta move us up out of here. And as a response to me figuring out as we went, because I thought leaving the toxicity was more important than the money, that I have Taurus children that moved more than they would have liked to have. And without meaning to, I created the exact Taurian childhood situation, why stability would be so important to them. We have a visitor. Let's see how much he wants to be under tables and under the covers all the time lately. Nikki, do you want to say hi to the people? He's very handsome if he shows his face. So for Taurus, that stability means a whole lot more, because it's hi baby. It's the thing. Okay. I'm going to need to use my arms though. He has just cuddled right in. Say hi, baby. He says hi, baby. I am his emotional support person, especially when there was a thunderstorm yesterday, thunder and lightning, and he was literally up in my shirt and under the covers. But the thing about being a parent is like, there's an example of like, I was always doing the best that I could. It still doesn't make us exempt from possibly creating situations for our children that experience things differently. For me, the stability was not being in the toxicity and moving out of that. you know, but I'm sure my kids would have liked to have stayed with both parents and not moved as much as we ended up doing, absolutely for financial reasons, right? So there's, and I say this, I can't believe we're only on Taurus in an hour. Tonight is deep. This is a deep week. This Libra moon kicked everyone's butt, I think. And if the Libra moon didn't do it, then the Cancer Mars did it. The Jupiter Chiron, in Aries did it with the sun. But this is why it's so important that we can give ourselves permission to love our parents and not think of them as bad parents, and still examine childhood trauma, because I promise you there are parents that were doing the best that they could with what they knew and what they had healed at the time, and you might have still incurred some childhood trauma and some trauma responses, you know. And I think now we have different parenting skills where, you know, I've said that to my kids. I'm sure that was not optimal. If you could do it all over again, that's not the way it would have been. And so taking that on the chin, and absolutely encouraging them to explore anything they need to explore and not worry if it offends me. But I'm encouraging all of you to explore what you need to explore without worrying about who that offends. Sometimes I feel bad even stumbling upon things my parents had passed, you know, and I know that where they are now, they understand completely that I have to examine that and move through that. But I still feel bad sitting in that moment. Okay. Are you going to sit right where I need to put the cards? Okay, great. I'm sure that works for everyone. We are moving on to, Virgo. This is like what happened the other day when I went to go do water signs the morning after the full moon. And holy cow, no, you cannot go that way. You're going to knock everything over. Okay, buddy. I went to go do the water signs and everything was just, I was like, oh, I'm just going to go through them and do 45 minutes. And everything ended up being so deep. I just think this is a deep week. So I apologize for how long this is all taking. All right. But I'll totally share the desk with you. There we go. He's sitting now. He's huge. He is ginormous. I have a TikTok about him with the big boy song. I need a big boy. He is my big boy. Right? Yes, we're talking about you. Make sure you get all the attention. He is a Taurus moon, Libra sun. I was not there when he was born, so I have no idea. He was a rescue, so a rescue that has severe anxiety. Okay, so Virgo and 6th house placements. I have to do the rest of the show from behind the cat. I'm surprised Lee has not said anything. She is either fallen asleep or she is, because this is her child. It's everyone's child, believe me. But I think he's got to be well over 20, if not like 25. He could be 30. I don't know. I don't weigh him. Neither he nor I get on the scale. We're not about that life. Okay. So Virgo placements, 6th house placements. Interestingly enough, we have the 4 of Wands and the King of Pentacles. Okay. Do you mind? We have this gorgeous Four of Wands, and then we have, look at how handsome that King of Pentacles is. So there's celebration going on here. Virgo rising, 6th house placements. We have, there's flute playing, the lanterns are there, but she's calm and relaxed. You can use the card to scratch yourself. She is calm and relaxed, and she is definitely playing the flute. She is celebrating, and Four of Wands is divine connection. It is celebrating. It is absolute. It can mean wedding. I'm not gonna lie. It can mean marriage. But it is celebration, and it is divine connection. This King of Pentacles is very wise, very sage. This is the only one so far that's felt a little bit like a love reading. I think that there's a good possibility that there could be reunion or divine connection with another earth sign for you, Virgo. Possible marriage. But there is celebration, and it has to do with somebody that's been through it. You know, he looks a little weathered. He's still here. He's laid down. Okay. Yeah, he's stealing all of my thunder. Agreed. For somebody who doesn't like thunder, he sure likes stealing it. There is somebody who has been through quite a bit to get that wise, to get that stable. They had to go through a lot of instability, and it feels like, I'm not gonna lie, Virgo, it feels like there's stability coming to you now. It's funny because Aries is in Virgo right now, and Neptune is opposing Virgo, as well as Saturn opposing Virgo. But I have been saying from day one, wait, do you want your own channel, Nikki? I have been saying since day one that I think that this Saturn and Pisces is going to feel so different than we know Saturn, because again, at the rebirth of the interest of astrology back in 2018, 19, and then especially into 2020 with quarantine and TikTok and all of that, and social media becoming survival because no one was leaving the house, astrology became huge again, and Saturn was already in a Saturn ruled sign. It was in Capricorn, and it was not fun. And then it went into Aquarius, better, but also, you know, it restricted us. So this Saturn and Pisces now that's opposing these Virgo placements, it can come in to bring stability. It can also kind of ground delusions and also like self-doubt, quite frankly. And so this looks like somebody who has gone, are you saying goodbye? Can I show them your belly? So his belly is all like warm tones, and it's like a leopard. I would say he looks regular on the top, and then he looks luxury on his underbelly. But you cannot go that way. I'm so sorry, everyone. No, you cannot go that way, baby. You can either stay here, okay, or you can get down that way. Would you like to get down that way? No, you're gonna sit and knock things over. Okay. Okay, good. Yay. I'm sorry. I know you guys all would rather have him here, but he's a little distracting. Okay. Virgo, I feel like somebody is coming in to, it might be you. You might be that King of Pentacles, or it could be somebody. I don't necessarily feel that the connection was completely out of communication, but the communication wasn't good. It was discombobulated. And I feel like this settles into, it's bringing stability to something that was unstable. Let's get a card for you, Virgo. I kind of want to take, it's like Virgo is so pragmatic and you're getting the most lovey-dovey reading. Oh God, no, it's hairs everywhere. He's staying in the room. I have a big mirror in this room and he likes to paw at it, like, and I keep telling him that is not the door to Narnia. I don't know what he thinks is happening on the other side of that mirror, but he's constantly trying to get to the other side of that mirror. I'm so grateful for my Virgo all the time, and at the same time it is my South Node. So okay, we are pulling, yeah, maybe we're not pulling one of these. Okay, fine, be that way. We are pulling, nope. Oh God, that's gonna be, let's just take them all down so that I didn't just have a complete mess. This is the Whispers of Love. Whispers of Love by Angela Hartfield. Okay, we're taking there we go. Let's see what it says. The heart of the matter, there's more going on than meets the eye. Let's see if there's a, I don't know where the thing is for this. I've been a bad, bad girl and I lost the booklet for that, I think. Right? Yeah. There's more going on than meets the eye. I feel like we need, let's just take a truth or dare. It's so 8th grade. We're going to take a blunt truth message card to confirm that there's more going on here. I don't feel like the communication has been great. I don't think it's been completely off, but I do see a divine connection coming in for Virgo. God, this could just be nicknamed the shit show tonight because we're taking forever. I'm taking forever. The cat came and distracted us. Virgo has the love message. I'm going to contact you soon. I need to speak to you. I hope this gives somebody with Virgo placements or 6th house placements some sense of confirmation or comfort. Because they went through it. Whoever this is, that's either you or the other person, they went through it to get to this place, so that divine connection. Yeah, he's Venus all over. He's very Venusian. He loves his food. His Taurus moon shows up. He loves his food. Suzzy is a mess. Agreed. Cosign. All right, let's grab for Capricorn. Thinking of making chicken cordon bleu this weekend. I don't know why. I make mine with prosciutto and Gruyere. What do you think, Lee? Scallop potatoes. Capricorn or 10th house placements. Dear Lord. Didn't this come out last week for Capricorn? Yeah, you wouldn't be. Okay, I know. Okay. The Lovers card for Capricorn. Did somebody remember me? I mean, remind me. Did we get Capricorn last week? Did we get the Lovers card? Or did that come out during like the Capricorn reading for the full? I don't know if there's any Caps in the house. But it's the Lovers card. And he came out with the King of Swords, but he's in reverse. Like, he not talking. And if he does reach out, or they, I'm saying he because it's a king. It's they. Nothing has gender in tarot. If this person reaches out to you, they may reach out to you on the low, like they're not supposed to. They may be a little out of their integrity, which is a little disappointing because sometimes the Lovers will indicate a more like push-pull kind of relationship, like the hokey pokey relationship where they're in, they're out, they're this, you know, and you can't really let each other go, but no one's really together. It's more situational than it is happening the way that it would be best for it to be happening. And so Mercury is going to go into retrograde. It's time for the exes to slide into the DMs. I think when you hear from this person, you're going to be like, great. Please be completely available because I don't want to, like, you got the wrong person. Like, I'm a person worthy of you coming to me completely available. Like, don't just dip your toe in my DMs to say, how you doing? What you wearing? Or tell me how you can't stop thinking about me when you still have ties someplace else. I almost feel like they're going to contact you without contacting you. Like, like they're going to like an old picture or something dumb like that. A little passive aggressive. I mean, I don't love it. I'm just trying to put something on here. I don't love it. I'm trying to think what... What do we want for Capricorn? I want more for you than telling you. The other way to read this is like there's a choice to continue or not continue with somebody that you know is out of their integrity. That's kind of full of shit. And your attachment, ties, interaction with them is not really... like you have a big choice to make here, whether to keep going with somebody who presents themselves as in their integrity or confident, but they're kind of not being like that anymore. And you have a decision to make, whether is this temporary for them or are they just finally showing me who they are? But for the others of you, this is somebody that there is an entanglement. There is a connective entanglement with this person. I know so many other readers are like, oh, your ex is going to contact you. And I'm like, this fucker back again to go, let me like that picture from 6 months ago. Or like something you say about single life or something. Like, Right, let's get an oracle for Capricorn, then we are on to air signs. Lord. The Well Watcher. The Well Watcher signals the need to go within to contemplate the true source of power in the world. Huh, what a card for a Saturn-ruled sign. And also for 10th house. Which he reminds you, it is that of the divine. This is a message to let you know that you're being called to the well, and this unseen power will be there and be yours to align with or not. That sounds like a choice to me. This affirmation will invite the divine to bring miracles and resolution to your life and relationships. They will be done through, thy will be done through me for the highest good and the good of all, for the true manifestation of my purpose. Thy will be done through me for the highest good and the good of all, and for the true manifestation of my purpose. You will know the way forward by the still, small voice within. The divine may also answer your call by sending others to help guide you. Oof. That is interesting. I don't think they all have little affirmations like that or little intentions to say, but wow. Well, it looks like I get the scared to make the decision, but it looks like universe is either going to be like sending help or, you know, just you can ask your guides, just let thy be done through me in the best interest of everybody, and that serves my highest purpose. And then sometimes that's when we see more truths that don't. Scorpio had a reading like that. What am I doing right now? Capricorn. So if you have, which you can, of course, if you have Capricorn and Scorpio readings, I would watch, if you have Scorpio placements, but you're listening to this Cap reading, I would watch the Scorpio full April reading, because that gets talked about a lot. Like a truth is coming that you can't avoid, and it's kind of something that you've known, but you needed this last bit of absolute confirmation so that you can move forward without guilt or feeling unsure. Okay. We are moving on to Aquarius. No, we're not. We're moving on to Gemini. I should have ate. Should have ate more. Been eating, like, finding, like, really cool, fun, delicious, practical ways to get more protein into my diet. But the problem is I'm not hungry. The more protein you eat, the less hungry you are. So I'm like forcing myself to eat my calories. And then all of a sudden I'm hungry at the worst times, like in the middle of a reading. Now, this lady card comes out every time I pick up these cards, I swear. All right, Gemini, this is not going to be a little reading. This is not going to be small. This is about something big. I feel like we said this the last time. This was going to be about a bigger thing that's happening, and I think your readings are just going to get like that. I love Gemini moons. I think your readings are really going to be kind of like that for a while, because it feels like something big is moving out. Or moving in, I don't know. We have this Queen of Pentacles, very Zovdig, like pregnant with possibilities, with abundance, with fertility of ideas. I get this card a lot when somebody is actually expecting or fertile. But also, she is pregnant with possibility. She is so abundant, and all of that water. And what's interesting is we have flowers and a book. This is such an interesting card, and it came out with the Magician. In reverse. Now, there's two things that can happen when we have, before we get back to our Venus of Willendorf. This is very Venusian. That figure is very Venusian. Agreed. When we have the Magician in the reverse, there's two things that are going on. One is that we could be manipulating instead of manifesting. Don't love that. But we have to just be careful. Are you trying to arrange things to happen? I'm not calling anyone manipulative, but are you trying to arrange? Are you overthinking and trying to arrange for things to happen? Like, if I post this, it'll make them remember that, and then maybe I'll hear from them out of frustration because somebody is quiet, or it feels like on one end you're doing so well and like you can't miss. There's all this abundance around you. And the thing about the Queen of Pentacles, she is the mini Empress. She kind of knows. And I always say that the Queen of Pentacles is such a great partner because you could lose everything. It could all burn down, and she'll help you build it back together without blinking an eye because she knows she is the abundance. She can build anything. Now, if this came out with the Master of Secrets or the Magician in the upright, I would say this is when you are supposed to know anything that you produce right now. You don't need anything but you. The fact that it's in reverse is telling you to stop trying to arrange things or overthink them. This is natural manifestation. This is a figure that I saw this really cool video, and I agree, and I've said this before, but if you got a winning lottery ticket, or somebody told you, I'm going to deposit $20,000, $40,000 in your account, you would vibrate that kind of abundance, that kind of security. You would come out of any kind of fear-minded, poverty mindset, and you would watch other things just continually flow to you because you're walking around in that energy of abundance. That's kind of this figure. She kind of knows, like, money will always flow to me because I am the abundance. I don't need other things to be in place for me to be okay. Whatever happens, I'm going to build it up back better. So when we have this in reverse next to it, it's a reminder that you don't need to arrange anything. Overthinking, trying to arrange things to manufacture circumstances so that things happen. Also, it's a message of hope for people who feel like things feel a little discombobulated right now. It might. It might feel a little, especially after Mars has been through your sign for so long. It could feel a little discombobulated. But you are the steadiness, Gemini, and I know that you don't always feel steady. But this is a huge message coming out for you. With the same vibration that there's always workload, that there's always money opportunities, that there's always, whatever that is going on, that there's always help. I need to have you also bring that in to your sense of relationships. It feels like that is the disconnect. Let's get an oracle card for you. We're going to take from the Starseed. I am wearing my damn self out. Okay, perfect. Seeing potential. Okay, found it. Such a pretty card. Seeing potential, bringing unconsciousness to light. Minnetonka is Minnetonka. Mintaka. Sorry, I don't think because I love Prince so much, I wanted to be Minnetonka. Mintaka is thought to have been a water-based planet containing the most crystal clear waters you could ever imagine. So clear that you could see for miles and miles underwater. The Seas of Minnetonka card represents this crystalline clarity of potential and possibility. It's about the ability and the choice to see the potential in all the people and situations and in yourself. This could be one of your natural traits, or it could be a sign that what you're currently doing has great potential. Mintonkans are thought to have been a galactic race who saw the light in everything and everyone. You may have received this card as confirmation that a situation or project has extreme potential and will reach fruition. If it appears, it's a very positive sign that things are working out for the highest potential of all involved. It's an uplifting and light-filled card that brings harmony, contentment, and positive outcomes. Oh, wait, I just saw something. According to Carl Jung, that which we do not bring to consciousness appears in our life as fate. I love that quote from him. That Queen of Pentacles, that is your potential. That's the potential. It's you. It's you. Hey, yours potential, it's you. I will not continue to make you all suffer with my little adjustments to that little ditty. Okay. I love that for Gemini, and I just feel like your readings are all going to be like fairly big for a while. Libras, I hope that Libra full moon was great for you to leave anything behind that you needed to. Move out of people pleasing, moving out of trying to make everything harmonious. Not being overly, you know, the full moons are good too because, like, you know, full moons are great for parties actually. And this one we see a lot of action in the hospital and the police stations and all that stuff. But a full moon for a Libra also can mean leaving in the past what no longer serves them in their social life. Okay. I like it, Picasso. You know who that is? Jamie LaTanya is here. She's been popping in. That's very sweet. I also say that. Love your LaTanyas. LaTanya is here. I will email her though and let her know. This is the Nine of Pentacles. Curiously enough, this is what I refer to as the mini Queen of Pentacles, and I think the Queen of Pentacles is like the mini Empress. So she is the descendant of the Empress. This energy is reaping the fruit of your rewards. Reaping the fruit of your labors. This is when you get to relax and admire a job well done. It's a gorgeous, gorgeous card. Guess what? Libra, it came with the Hangman in reverse. Does anybody in my group want to say what I always call the Hangman in reverse is one of my cards as a symbol of, let's see if you guys remember. She was here in the beginning and then she popped up again. I want to say, yep, during the Taurus reading. So not that far ago. Yes, Juan, it's time. Something you've been waiting on, something you felt stuck, something you've been given a delay to. So we have reaping the fruit of your rewards, and it's time. Libras, I don't know what you've been working on, but it comes through now. And after that full moon, moving, you know, the thing about a full moon is that it brings endings so that the new beginnings can come. And it's time. Like this is a, I know this is, everybody's like, so it's the Nine of Pentacles and the Hangman in reverse. No, I love this combination. Libra, this is amazing for you. I want to pull a Black Moon Lilith astrology card for you. It's time to reap the fruit of your labors. Oh, wait. That doesn't belong there. Okay. It's time to be, instead of feeling like, it feels like there was a panic around what you were accomplishing, what you were producing, whether it was like not pleasing to everyone, but whether it was living up to the standards of where you were supposed to be in your life and that everybody was watching. And now you feel a little bit like the work that you've just done or a position that's coming in. I'm going to tell you that for a lot of you, I just got physical confirmation. This is going to be a position or a job that you wanted that's just going to make you feel more like you're doing the thing. That's what I'm hearing. I'm doing the thing. This was the goal. Doing the thing. And it's time. Okay, let's get you one of these. Okay, so 2 came out. We have water element sensing. And may I remind you all that Mars in Cancer is squaring Libra placements. Action, movement, move forward is right, Monique. Action, movement, it's time. It's time. So that is about the Mars in Cancer squaring your placements. And then we have 10th house, the world. I knew it. I could feel it. This is like building towards, this isn't everyday work. This is like building towards your mission, your career. For people who are younger, this may be like after college and feeling like this is what you're supposed to be doing. And you feel like a full-on adult now because you're finally going to grab the position. That was the whole reason for getting the degree or the certification or whatever it may have been. This changes things. You have a major arcana, Mars in Cancer, squaring your sign, moving things along, the Hangman in reverse, beautiful 9 of Pentacles, and 10th house, the world. I absolutely love this for you, Libra. I absolutely love this for you. And it will move you. And I hope that full moon cut you off or helped you cut off anything that would have held you back. Because sometimes, you know, we have like sneak attack people that are cheering us on but really don't want us to move so much further away from where they are. And so, you know, you worry, well, you know, if you get that position, are you really going to have time for a social life? Who cares? Your real friends will work around that, right? Okay, let's move on to Aquarius, and then we are on to water signs. Let me pull these for Aquarius right now. Hello, Alexandra. Welcome. Those are all over the place. Okay. Sorry, I had literally just washed my hair before we went live. So it's like, just washed my hair, can't do anything with it, keeps falling in my face. Okay, that was too many. I'm gonna do the thing that like breaks my hands, but I gotta do it. Gotta do them backwards. Oh my God. Does anybody else that reads do this? When they bend too much, you get those cards that like bend too much the other way and you have to like break your hands and do them the opposite way to like get them straight. Ugh. Okay, because or else you can't do this kind of shuffle then if they're too curved. Okay. Just me. It's me. Hi. I'm the problem, it's me. All right, so we are on 11th house or Aquarius placements. That Libra reading was also good. Woohoo! For 7th house placements. I'm always remiss in talking about the house. Aquarius, you're getting something similar to Gemini. We have the Wheel of Fortune. This Wheel of Fortune is almost like the Death card. Hi, Alita. This Wheel of Fortune looks ominous. I often feel like when I pick this deck and this Wheel of Fortune comes out, it's because things don't feel like they're moving in the right direction. And you know, the nodes have been squaring, the eclipses have been squaring Aquarius. Saturn just moved out of Aquarius. Hi, LaTanya. Everybody was talking about you. It could be the Nikki and LaTanya show. And I just read the cards. I said, Jamie, see, Jamie, I told you she was still in and out. It's hard not to love LaTanya. So this Wheel of Fortune looks a little ominous because it usually comes when, with that saying that I think everybody kind of collectively rolls their eyes out with, like, it's not happening to you, it's happening for you. It never feels like that when that is what the case is. We also have the Magician in the reverse. It feels like the Wheel of Fortune is disguised as something that feels yucky right now, that feels hard, that feels like you have to let go of things. It feels like it's like, and I don't even know that you can see it, Aquarius. There's more of this trying to arrange things, trying to... I can't leave anything up to fate because if it wasn't for bad luck, I've had no luck. That's what I just heard. I don't know who that's for. But there is a sense here that I can't leave everything up to universe. Like, manifesting for what? Because lately, it's stink, stank, stunk. Listen, Saturn has just left your sign. You got one more eclipse squaring. I also feel like, along with some of the other fixed signs now, that late July, when that Venus goes retrograde, that may not feel great. But for Aquarius, it's... I know it's opposing, but I feel like it's going to feel like the least... Aquarius likes everything on surface value. It really does. So it won't, I don't think it'll mind. You can all yell at me if you feel like that's wrong. But there is also going to be decompression for Aquarius coming up. And also a lot of illumination. You know, when that Venus goes into retrograde, anyone that has convinced your beautiful, humanitarian, gorgeous Aquarian self that your placements, your 11th house suns, your 11th house moons, whoever's convinced you, not convinced you, but has worked real hard to try to be somebody they're not, you're going to see through that. Of course, it's not going to feel good, but I don't know that you have to, like, arrange everything so much, like, to try to manufacture, not results, but for other people to do things. It feels like lead a horse to water kind of thing. It feels like the Aquarians in this community that will be listening to this video will have been working so hard to get somebody to see something, to get, thanks Teresa, have a great night. I feel like you've been putting work into a person, trying to make them, like, if I can just get them to see this, if I get, it's not attachment, because Aquarius doesn't suffer from attachment, but it's that hopeful humanitarian side of you where you just, you want somebody to do better and be better, to move forward, to innovate how they even think. This is like, this person has been a project and you keep trying to arrange for things to be different. That Wheel of Fortune is coming in. It might come in as a little bit of a tower moment, Aquarius, but it's coming for the good of all. And tower moments always are for the good of all. They don't always feel like it, but they really are. Let's pull, I think, right? Did we do Sacred Rebels? Rebel, rebel. How annoying was that when that, like, terrible, terrible person dare used Bowie's song? Annoying. Bowie would not have co-signed. That's all I gotta say about that. If you know, you know. If you don't, I'm not gonna over-explain it. Okay. We are going into the lonely woods. For Aquarius tonight. And then we are on water signs. Hitting the nail on the head? Okay. Yeah, this person feels like a project, but there's going to have to be a tower moment. I think the reason that it feels so ominous is you can see even like the developed muscles on carrying this Wheel of Fortune. Like, you keep trying to manufacture the change of heart in somebody else. It's different to do it for yourself than to try to, you know, because we can't, free agency and all, we can't control somebody else's free will. I think these words are big enough that I don't need glasses. Give your hand to me, say hello. I can hardly breathe. I don't know who that is for. That is a Ray Charles song. You probably can't tell because it's me singing it. Think you know me well. Anyone can tell you don't know me. I don't know who that's for. That's for somebody. I don't know why that just popped in my head. Reading for Aquarius. If you want to listen to the whole song, it's Ray Charles. You Don't Know Me. It's not You Don't Own Me. It's you. I think it's called You Don't Know Me. But it's Ray Charles. I don't know why that's popping in. I gotta feel like that's either for somebody here or somebody that's gonna watch it later. It's often for somebody watching it later. And then I get messages that are like, oh my God. That happened with a Sha Na Na song. Blew my mind. Okay. From the below to the above, it is time to shift your gaze from the path below to what is above you. For it is to these higher places that you will journey to the next. You will always have your feet on the earth, but for now you must lift your spirits by looking up and seeing the tops of the trees, learning what lies upon the next mountain. Discover the source that is the light that comes from the east at dawn. It is to the higher places, the higher thoughts, the higher self that you must turn. For when you do so, the gift you hold within you, you will find exactly the right time, exactly the right place to be offered and finally be fully held and appreciated. If you didn't get it, it is not homey, yeah. If you didn't get it, this card is saying if you are spending time with somebody that you keep trying to change their fortune for them so you can move on together, it's just time to pay attention to your higher self. If you stay in the lower vibration, trying to keep opening somebody's eyes, keep showing them, it's all out of the best parts of you. but I believe it's holding you back a little bit, Aquarius, and you're draining yourself trying to. And things will absolutely decompress and work out. All right, let's move on to Cancer. I'm going to use the Stephanie Gate doors because it just feels different to do so for Cancer. So that's what we're going to do. Cancer, 4th house placements. Cancer placements are 4th house placements. Let's give it a good shuffle. Good. I hope it does give you confirmation for being on the right path. That's the thing about, like, when we bring awareness to ourselves, to the fact that, like, it's not so one-dimensional. The fact that we can tune into our higher selves or intuition when we explore things like past lives, astrology, all of that. Tuning into spirit. There are people that are not ready to be in that same place. And it feels hard when it feels like sometimes we have to, it feels like leaving people behind, but we're really not. We're just moving forward, and there's room for everybody. I'm hearing the lady from Poltergeist. Welcome, children. All are welcome. It's true. Okay. Cancer, we have the Strength card and the 9 of Cups. Who's a bad bitch? You're a bad bitch. Cancer placements, 4th house placements. If anything says baddie, it's these two cards together. So we have the Strength card and we have the 9 of Cups, which is wish fulfillment, and it's also being unbothered. Come to the light, Carol Ann. This is unbothered queen and or king energy. Just unbothered. You know what this is? And who knows what she's feeling internally, but this is like Selena Gomez, who, by the way, is a Cancer sun and Aries moon. This is strength. The Strength card doesn't show up unless you've needed strength. And Cancer, I am sure that you've needed strength, especially in this last week or so. I'm sure of it. Mars is going through your sign. It has just begun. Saturn in Pisces is trining your sign. And sometime in May, we're going to have an eclipse that's going to be in Scorpio. So we're going to feel that as well. However, and if you did not watch, yes, Poltergeist. If you did not watch the Cancer reading, it was nuts for April that I just did this week. Listen, Pluto coming off of your seesaw for the first time since 2008 is gonna feel different. But also there are other little things going on. Anything that comes your way now, you've got it. You just had Pluto sitting on the other side of your seesaw since 2008, almost 15 years. Yuck. And Pluto in Capricorn that wants that power. You know, Capricorn doesn't mind a little oppression in the collective. So that didn't feel great. That did not feel great. Pluto in a Saturn run sign on the other side of your seesaw, I promise you, did not feel great for almost 15 years. However, so, I mean, yeah, the Saturn, the Mars, that's child's play compared to what you just sustained. And also the nodal axis. You had the south node, right? No, you had the north node on your sign while that was happening. You had the nodal axis and all the eclipses in Cancer while you had Pluto on. I mean, at this point, Cancers, resilience is an Olympic sport. Please go watch the April reading if you have Cancer placements or 4th house placements at all. But this is unbothered. Now, again, somebody has given you the reason that you needed to come up with unbothered. The reactionary textbook of how Cancer might react to things is a little different right now. Before, you might have had the strength and like some kind of card that would have been in warrior mode. That cardinal energy, those pincers, that crab shell. But quite honestly, now it feels like, I don't need to. You go ahead and fight by yourself. And while Mars is in Cancer, that's going to be about fighting for the things that only are closest to our heart. Let's pull an oracle card. What do we want to do? Let's see what's up here. Oh, I know. This one. Yes. Oh, good, Amber. I might do a series. You can all talk me into it. I'm thinking, I spoke to Connie Joe about it today. I might do a series about when we look at like the typical childhood trauma of each sign, and then how that manifests, and then how that matures, of doing like each sign in love, kind of, but in a very not in a way that teaches you how they work so that you can work them, in a way so that you can be more aware for yourself, and how that moves through time, because the same thing that can be true of a Cancer in love at 20 is going to be very different at 30, 40, 50. They move a little sideways, but they do move. They're cardinal. So those kind of things. Okay. So tell me if you want me to do that series, because I will start putting the work into it now. I have, like, honestly, April and May are already planned for the Sunday shows. Connie Joe wants to do something for May. We're going to have one more conversation about it, and then I'll advertise it like a month ahead, but hold on to your hats for that one. I'm not telling you guys what it is yet, but she was excited, and she started talking about all of it, and I was like, all right, we'll do it. So we're going to finish the Progress Moon, but we have a couple things, and I'm starting my guest spot thing also in April, and look out for a class about whatever the business is, just starting, just how to get started, and how to know what's going on, because I have to know what's going on, right? So I can just share that with you. And it's not that I know everything that's going on and I'm the best person. I know who I follow, and I'm happy to share like where to get the best wealth of information, just to just to help everybody along, because I believe in all of you, and I just know that my collective is full of people with so much potential, and they just need extra encouragement and the things that will make them the information so you can feel more stable to like move forward with all of that. And I welcome every single one of you that'll be tarot readers and astrologers and Reiki masters and all of that. There's 7 billion people on the planet, and we should not be trying to keep down our competition. We should be encouraging everyone to, you know, imagine if the world was full of happy, fulfilled, satiated fucking people. Holy shit. How amazing that would be. We should all be doing everything we can help everybody to, right? To encourage them to be their best selves. Yes, so that will be, I'll start advertising that. That'll be in May. But yeah, all of May. But if you want to see me do like this took a left turn in Albuquerque. If you want to see me do like a whole series through each of the sign about the love language they learn as a child and how that all manifests through the different ages, and also transits, like that's going to be different after a Saturn return or your nodal access kicks in. Okay, then please, and leave me a comment when the video is done too, because that will help me. But I appreciate you all. Okay. Okay, so this is the Oracle card for Cancer 20 minutes later. I apologize, folks. Deep emotions, unknown feelings, past life influence. The Priestess of the Depths welcomes you to a side of life that most people never explore. The sacred triangle above her head represents the trinity of time, past, present, and future. This is surrounded by the circle of eternity, reminding you that of the unending nature of life, cyclical, continuous, and connected. The ocean is layered with the currents of all different speeds and directions. These layers of moving vibrations are like emotions of your life. It is time to understand your patterns of motivation and reaction and recognize how you are affected by things going on beneath the surface. Profound feelings you may not be facing are still strong enough to direct your destiny, whether you want them to be or not. Longing, attachment, fear can send you into an entirely different direction than you desire. Such influences can stem from past lives, but whatever the origin, you need not be stuck with them forever. Look honestly at the patterns of your life to identify the undercurrents of emotion that are misdirecting you. Affirm that you can release toxic emotions and let go of longing and need. Call upon your eternal spirit to help you navigate these depths. Woo. It's true, because I always say the thing we don't want leading our decisions is fear. And fear is what kind of like trembles beneath the surface until we figure out what that is. I will share it at another time, but sometimes I think I've cleared things and then something will come up and I will have like this PTSD of fear connected to the part of me I was a little convinced that I had completely healed. And it's just that gentle reminder to not let tomorrow's decisions still be affected by the fear that it feels ingrained or embedded. Things that I learned as a child. Or experienced. So I love that for Cancer. This unbothered is surface, and beneath the surface, while you're being so unbothered, it's okay to explore things that still make us feel a little fearful, so it's not also directing us unbeknownst. Okay, Scorpio. Also, if you want a reading, not sure if I have anything until Thursday or Saturday next week, but the descriptions are in the, I think everything is in the description box. Somebody told me all my description boxes were wrong because that's how much I'm worried about. Like, I'm here for all of this. And I'm joking. I shouldn't be. But yeah. It's all in there. We are on Scorpio. Ooh. Scorpio, you got the waiting card. The I ate my Cracker Jacks. Where's my damn stick-on tattoo? Okay. Scorpio, this is not a fun reading, so buckle up. We have the waiting card, feeling like, what is this all for? And then we have the Two of Cups. It came out in reverse. I would like to turn it the other way for you. But there is something that you know and you can feel, and there's one more eclipse in your sign, so this can change, that you can feel is not how it should be. There's an alignment, there's a reciprocity, there's a kismet, there's a symbiotic flow that you know is missing. And I overwhelmingly feel like some of you are thinking it's coming and others of you are thinking, do I get that? Is this punishment? Do I not get that? I thought I got it. It wasn't what I thought it was. Also, there's a sense of exhaustion here. For what? To what end? The thing about having the Two of Cups on the table is that it means it is energetically available to you. It's a really beautiful card too. It's like the Little Dipper and the Big Dipper. You know the connection exists. So you're not crazy. And there is something that will come. There's a waiting period right now. And often we get put in waiting periods when our person is not ready. We feel ready, but our person isn't ready for some reason. Like if it all came together now, it wouldn't last. But that beautiful Two of Cups is there because there is somebody that finishes your sandwiches. Now, whether that's in a friendship or a relationship, Scorpio sometimes trauma bonds with other people. It's one of the reasons that I love Scorpio so much, because with the Scorpio, you're going to be allowed to be as not okay as you need to be. They're not going to throw some motivational crap at you. They're not going to tell, oh, but like, you know, look at this. They're just going to let you be not okay. They're going to sit with you in the dark and not judge you not feeling okay. There is, for some of you, this is to say that like, oof, I can't believe I'm going to say this. If you had somebody in front of you that was perfect and finished your sandwiches, would you accept them and let that relationship grow? Or would you think, I don't know if they'll understand my dark side. I don't know that they'll be okay sitting in the dark when I'm not okay. Or would, you know, I think this is for some people who feel like maybe that person came along at some point and you pushed them away a little bit because you thought, you can't handle this dark. You can't handle the roller coaster that is my life. And like, this feels great, but like, I don't need you to walk away in 10 years from now where I don't know how to live without you. That connection is coming to, whether it is with, if you're in a relationship now and you don't have that complete simpatico, that symbiotic thing, it's coming. It may not even have to end the relationship you're in now. It could be through a friend. And I don't just mean a friend. Best friend is a tier. It's a category. It's not one person or another. There's this soulmate coming that you can be not okay with. For some of you, this is a relationship. For others, a romantic relationship. For others of you, it's not now, but it is there. And I feel like I'm supposed to tell you, you're not crazy and you do get that. There's no punishment. For some of you, you keep your relationship and this person comes in the form of a soulmate, of a person that I don't think it's definable, or it feels reductionary to just say friend. I feel like that will make more sense to some people than others, but it feels like an undefinable. Doesn't disrupt your relationship, but there's this undefinable thing where it's just like, oh, there you are. But you had to forgive yourself enough and get rid of enough shame that you allow yourself that kind of pleasure, that you allow yourself a receptor for when you're not okay without feeling guilty and shameful about that somebody else has to handle that. I feel like you will all know what I mean by that. You had to do, and you still are in the process of letting go of the shame and stigmatism of not being okay sometimes, and how dark that can feel. You can't filter for other adults what they want to tolerate. But most of all, Scorpios, Scorpio placements, 8th house placements, stop assigning yourself the role of somebody who is to be tolerated. I am so grateful for the Scorpios in my life. And I have a child that is Scorpio rising. But I have Scorpios in my life that mean the world to me. And I tolerate is not in the vocabulary. Oof. I just felt that so strongly. You're not to be tolerated. You're a gift. I know your own stuff feels like, how could that be a gift? But it feels like a gift to other people. We're just going to do a second Into the Woods because that's what feels appropriate. And then we'll be on to Pisces. Don't you dare see yourself as somebody to be tolerated, or parts of your life to be tolerated. Are you ready? This could not be more appropriate. For Scorpio, look at the fucking skull with the flower coming out of it. Our shadows are beautiful. Even when alone, we must express, seek communication, and understand our inner voices. We put down all the instruments of distraction and allow what we have avoided to rise within us. And we will find that we feared is beautiful. You are fascinating and have so many layers, and you deserve the time to understand these or to appreciate the never-ending mystery of who you are. So write, sing, create, ponder when you're alone. Allow what you discover and connect with to fill the spaces that were once filled with distraction and busyness. Now you can be more deeply known because you have met yourself. Now that you are more loved because you have come to care so deeply for all that you are. All that you are. Like, was that card not written for Scorpio? And that's the thing, the busyness, the distraction, because you fear looking behind the curtain takes you to a place where sometimes I find Scorpios have a dance with a little bit of not self-hatred, but hatred for their trauma responses. And that shame will keep you from healing more than anything ever will. Please feel in love with yourself as you are and do what you need to do to expel the shame. Fuck shame, real. I mean, it is the worst. And it keeps us from our healing. Because that is when you can accept somebody to be the receptor, the other cup that you pour in and out of. That reciprocal. Because if you feel like what you're pouring into somebody else's cup is poison, but yet long for that other cup. Do you see where I'm going here? You're not poison. You're not to be tolerated. Even our shadows are beautiful. I hope that someone heard that. Well, I'm glad. All right. Pisces. Let's... What's this? Dreamkeepers Tarot for Pisces or 12th house placements. Yeah, I don't personally find it funny. I know Scorpios can take it, but I think deep down emotionally, for a zodiac that tends to have self-hatred towards their trauma responses, they take it on the chin. All the talk about how terrible Scorpios are, but somewhere it's just confirming that they feel unsafe to engage with people on very deep levels, lest they have to dance with the demons that they already dance with. It is, I agree, Jamie. Ooh. Hey Lee, I'm wondering if I could get a second cup of water before I start any kind of like free card pulls. I am feeling the dehydration. So we have, again, a 9 of Pentacles, abundance, reaping your rewards, Pisces. I love this for you. Now, it does come with a 5 of Wands, which is inner conflict. I'm pulling a third card. I'm just doing it. You're welcome. I love my Scorpios. Okay, now that makes more sense. Thank you. We have the Three of Cups here. There's Five of Wands. Pisces, you can be feeling finally like more able to produce your stability, abundance, all of that. However, Three of Cups, there could be, hey Phil, there could be, and Connie, there could be for sure, extra person in this. That is what I feel the inner conflict is coming from. For others of you, you're feeling good, everything else is going right, and there is inner conflict about whether there is a third party involved where there shouldn't be. For some, that is romantic. You know, if this was a one-on-one reading or I was asking for one person, we could take the pendulum. We could like delve into that. But this is too big of a collective to decide for everybody whether that third party is a real credible issue. I won't say threat because there's only one you. So while it's shitty and while that's not how anything should be handled, no one can replace you. There's only one you. What happens when a third party comes in is they move somebody out of your way so that somebody who would not put you in a third party situation can come along. When I say third party, I mean without an open conversation. Third party without transparency. The kind of third party thing that like breaks trust. It feels like everything else is looking up except for... I gotta tell you, for at least a handful of you, because everything else is going okay, you're dealing with somebody who feels like your success somehow is bothering their self-esteem. And so that attention that's been pulled away, or the thing that's making you suspect a third party, that's their insecurity. And I do get for that same group that some of them may be like flirting or talking. So they're not feeling their ego stroked next to your success. So they're just getting their ego stroked, probably just in conversation someplace else. Still not cool. Still, you're not vibing that wrong. But don't let it be an inner conflict for you, because there is zero replacement for you. None. Let's pull an oracle. Have I gone through all the oracle cards already? Impossible. What's that one? Oh, Sacred Rebels. We haven't done that one yet. Do I drink tea? My voice is sounding like it needs a little. I do sometimes. I have a ton of it. But that is normally, it goes... My voice has a very low register when it wants to. Forgive me for anyone who's already heard this already. But in what you guys would all call middle school now, in junior high, my voice was already so low that they had to put me with the boys because there was no like alto section for the girls that was low enough to meet where my voice could be the loudest. So I got put in with the boys, true story. So I have a little gravel and a little... So sometimes when I'm reading oracle cards or talking and I go into that sacral chakra voice. Oh my God, no, not a pack of problems today. It's also, I've been talking a lot. But I might do a little shot of like raw honey and lemon so I don't get the caffeine this late at night. Yes, I have caffeine-free teas, but... okay, we have... For Pisces, the perfection of your life. Here we go. Have you ever seen a storm pictured from above? It can appear so beautiful and elegant. This is certainly different to the ground view, which can be quite a violent experience. So too, there is a great beauty in your life now. However, at this point in the natural process, you may be experiencing it as anxiety. I have to give in. I thought I could... Oh, Tanya. Let me not mess up this beautiful card. Okay. So too, there is a beauty in your life right now. However, at this point in the natural process, you may be experiencing it as an anxiety-inducing rather than beautiful. You may sense it as internal chaos, hence the Five of Wands. You may feel it as something that is waiting to erupt, as a restlessness or an anxiety that you cannot quite articulate, but sense vaguely nonetheless. Perhaps the chaos is fully fledged and a person or a situation in your life causing havoc, upheaval, or change. Whether the chaos seems subtle, strong, internal, or external, this oracle brings the same message for you. All is unfolding according to perfect higher order. You are currently enduring a cosmic spiritual storm, which is having an impact on you. It is clearing things out and, yes, ruffling feathers and preparing you for that lovely, super fresh, uplifting feeling that one experiences after the storm has passed. Yeah. Because if you're coming up as the Nine of Pentacles, baby, it's going to be fine. You're going to be just fine. But the angst or the inner conflict, that Five of Wands, especially if it's about another person, sometimes that third party comes in to, like, again, move somebody out of the way. I can't find... Oh, there it is. Comes to move somebody out of the way. The third party is your inner critic. That's a genius phrase. I concur. As a Virgo rising, I will co-sign that for you all day long. Yeah. It is time, my friends. I'm going to take... Now, this is different than the free mini reads I did on my channel. These are yes or no questions. So, yes or no questions. Please phrase them in a way that I can answer yes or no, or Lord. Or I can use the pendulum. So I try to get through as many people as I can in 30 minutes. this video is already super long because the first 6 signs were like crazy. All right, so we're gonna start now. Be nice to each other. Lee and Juan have nothing to do with when I get the questions, when I answer the questions. So they're out of it. It's just me and your questions, and they're going to come in the order that my internet puts them up on my YouTube. Okay? So, yeah. So we're going to start now at 9:46, which means I will go till 10:16. Okay. Amber. Starting with Amber. So if you asked anything before Amber asked her question, and please don't spam. If you ask your question like 10 times and it keeps me from seeing somebody else's response, I'm probably going to go past it because we want to be respectful to everyone. Okay. My friends. I mean, Amber, yes, I'll pull a card or I will, but yes, I feel that for you so deeply. Yeah. You also have the emotional maturity to do it because you're not going to, where the heck for me did my, you have we got the King of Cups, which is one, a yes, and also that your emotional maturity really helps because with astrology, you want to be able to practice without ego and without your own experience wanting to advise or seeing that astrological placement through anything but the objective collected history and data of what we know. And of course, spirit will lead you a little bit, but your emotional maturity is really helpful to it. But I'm getting a yes. Let's just double check. Yeah, I couldn't even get the sentence out and I got a big yes. Okay. Okay, Zach, is now a good time. What did your 5th house say for your solar return? Is it a good time for Zach? Okay, good time. Like, I'm going to do the next 3 months. Is it a good time in the next 3 months for Zach to start to date again? Okay, is it a good time in the next 5 months for Zach to start dating again? Okay, you don't want to move. Is it a good time? Is Zach going to meet somebody before he even starts to go out and date? 6 months? Don't hate me, Zach. You can date, but it won't move. Hold on. For a minute, I thought I saw maybe that like you meet somebody organically. Sagittarius season is going to be, you are going to be so different that if you date in Sagittarius season, you're bringing in a whole different crop of people that is far better, far healthier, and won't give you more anxiety about dating because you won't meet a bunch of people that are like, kind of, I hate saying low vibration, but that's what I'm getting. Jessica. This is something, I have a fairly decent track record with court stuff in one-on-one sessions with astrology. If you can even book a 15-minute, because then I can look in the house that like judges have their own house in astrology. Like I would like to see everything. The Justice card came out in reverse of all cards. I wonder if there's any way, my first feeling that I got before I pulled cards was that, can you push it off? It kind of is all going to be about the judge. Or like whoever's making this decision. I'm getting a no, but I feel like it's not that simple. I just feel like something has to get moved or shifted. I hope that happens. I hope that's helpful. And if you can even do a 15-minute, or email me, because I just feel like if something can be stalled, or you just not getting the first person that was lined up to preside over it. Move the red thing up. I don't know what that means. Little John. Little less fear. Temperance, balance. You are moving in the right way. Careful not to try to overcorrect things that you didn't go well, like way back in your life, because you're a different person now. But yes, you are. Just be careful not to overcorrect what you think went wrong the last time. That's what I keep hearing. Hey, Phil, let's see. Every time I move it a little bit, it jumps. Okay. I don't know that I'm feeling soon, but I'm feeling in the next... Things are better in like 9 months. This is what keeps happening now. I find that I need the cards and the pendulum a little less, if everybody's cool with that. You're welcome, Amber. I feel like 9 months. I feel like, so if you've ever been a client of mine, I always say that I really want to provide like continued support. And sometimes you just need to vent, or sometimes there's just like one question. So I tell people all the time to email me, and I'm pretty sure I just kind of said this to you in an email, Phil. I have that the defenses come down when somebody else comes in. And then you can, like, there'll be less fighting. It'll just be dissolving of that situation will be a lot less volatile, because she'll happily be a participant in it, because somebody else will have to. I swear I just said that to you, or I felt it. Hi, Dolly. Okay. Alt 21. Will you connect with A again? I see it as a yes, but I also see you having to like meet more than halfway, like meet the space so much that you will. Here's the cautionary tale. I do believe you will, but listen, when you do, don't go so out of your way to create. I just talked about this in Cancer's reading. Don't go so out of your way to create the space that you think they want to step into that it's at all inauthentic to you. Let it be a space that is conducive to you, and then allow them to either step into that, but don't fully constantly meet them because it's going to cause anxiety. I do feel potential in the reconnection. Careful not to over nurture, if that makes any sense. Karen, will you travel with Aaron? I had to do that. I know. Aaron, I know. Will Karen travel with Aaron this summer? Yes, a little bit. I don't see like long distance travel, but I see like a small trip. It might not be like a short trip, but I just don't think that it's going to be super far away. That's what I'm getting. I think it might be planned to be far away, but it ends up being not because of the interaction between you two, because some other circumstance that neither of you can help. Lily. Lily is what my youngest would have been had they been a girl, because Susan means Lily. So it would have been a way of naming a child kind of after me without naming. And then instead I named him after my dad without fully naming him after my dad, because there was a million people already named after my dad. But I love the name Lily. Will you be with BP? Ever? See, this is the thing. Because even if you say soon, let me tell you something. Your guides are freaking ancient. So when you all ask like soon, that could mean like this century to something that is ancient. Will Lily be with BP this year? What about next year? 2024. Okay. I'm gonna be honest. I got the 8 of Cups, but I felt like sometimes the 8 of Cups is you just saying, I am not waiting on that anymore. I feel like this year is maybe a little bit of a wash, but I do see it coming back in 2024. I hope that was helpful. Hi, Dally. Spartacus, you can ask today. Is he truthful to you? I hope you are well, beautiful Dolly. Is Dolly's person of interest truthful to her? Yes. Interestingly enough, the Hermit in reverse came out. So I think you're going to get a lot more transparency from them in the near future that you haven't been getting. Okay, you're welcome, Amber. Hi, Venus energy. Is the Gemini man ever going to reach out to me again? I feel a in and out situation over the summer. Does it make sense to you if I say they're not like fully awake, aware? I hate saying awake because it sounds so hokey. Okay, please stop. Thank you. Will the Gemini man reach out to Venus energy ever again? Yes, a little bit. I feel a little hokey pokey in the next 2 to 3 months. Reaching out, but I don't know how solid it is to like then form a healthy relationship from them. However, when they get like bam, like epiphany right through the crown chakra, when they then they're gonna, that would be like a whole reading to find out when that will be, but that changes everything. It's just not now. But it's coming, it's on the table. Like their awakening is coming, and that changes everything. Okay. Hi, Cece. Will you meet anyone on your vacation trips? Oh, Jessica, SuzzyEvolutionary.com. Lee, if you're around, Jessica, can you @ Jessica? And just give her, SuzzyEvolutionary.com has all of my links. And you can just even go down to the bottom of the website and contact me. I just saw your comment about my hair. Thank you, Cece. We'll CC meet somebody on, yeah. Okay, so yes. What I am getting though, it's weird. It's the Knight of Pentacles in reverse, which for me means somebody that's been held back or moving really slow, doesn't want to move, is unstuck. So just, I'm going to caution you that if this is somebody who ends up like moving a little fast, that's a red flag. So like, I don't know if you're meeting more than one, but you're going to meet somebody. It doesn't mean they are not a good person. It just means, tell them to slow their roll a little bit if they move fast, but whether they move fast or not, they definitely have just gotten out of, not a relationship, gotten out of a period where they were just on a no-fly zone for anything. So you may be getting somebody who's like newly back in, even interested in anything. Hi, Mare. Haley. Haley's comet is more like it than Saturn. I think your person does visit again, but I think something interesting is going to happen. I think that you're doing so much with yourself. You may not feel the same way when they visit again. In a good way, it'll release any attachment. And it'll just be what it is. It's like fresh eyes is what I'm seeing. Like it's different for you and it feels good. Okay. You're welcome, Zach. Monique. My partner been having a hard time dealing with... Oh, I mean, as somebody who's care of their parent with dementia, I can't imagine they're not having a hard time dealing with it. Do you mean like, do they need help and they're not asking for help? Because they're trying to be like tough about it? All right, this is kicked. Hold on. It's very important to get help and support. It's a lot. It's time for him to get support and help. Just in general. You can also email me because there were lots of things that I found really helpful. Caring for my mom, who had dementia to the end. I mean, we had her in hospice and she was saying we should get a house and buy a new puppy. Like some of the last days that she was verbal, she would go in and out of realizing what was going on, what wasn't. But there are also online groups. There should be more support. There's more to that, but I don't want to say here. Hi. Oh, I mean, yes, LaTanya. Hi, Cassie. Cassie, I think I see you Monday. No, you won the thing. What's the other? Chally. It was Chally that won. I got confused from last week. Yeah, you can email me, Jessica, and I can help guide you through the booking stuff. Okay, so the Chariot is the answer to your question. If anything says that you have moved now, I think it feels to you like it's slower. We have the Chariot with the snail. We also have the Seven of Cups that popped out. So obviously the answer is yes. I'm hearing the song, there's a party over here, there's a party over there. I don't know why I'm hearing that for you, LaTanya, but it feels like you're looking to the left and right at other people and where they're at, and I want you to stop that. That Seven of Cups is kind of like delusion, fantasy. You have moved less slow than you think, but I think that you're comparing it to something else, and you are so beautifully, intricately, individually, LaTanya. You should not be comparing yourself or the healing process to anyone else. Everything is in its own time. It is moving along. But be proud of yourself. Yeah, Sparkle Mint, SuzzyEvolutionary.com. I don't know what happened to Lee. I thought she was going to drop a link, but it's just Suzzy Evolution. There she is. If you look for Lee and my name in orange, there's the link. Thanks, guys. Trying to make sure I didn't skip. There's a lot of feedback. I see. Okay. Hi, Neha. Okay, Cassie, is your mom's idea... I know you're in Australia, right? Oh my God, what time is it? You're welcome, Karen. Is your mom's idea... I don't think your mom's idea is bad. I'm still pulling cards. It's the way that she thinks she has to go about it is slightly antiquated. The idea itself, I think, is good. She's also gonna be... she wants to do, like, she wants to work hard, not smart. And I'm not saying your mom's not. Your mom is very smart. It's... okay. Her idea is good. And wanting to do like with you or whatever is all so beautiful. You guys may have a different way of approaching things. So having the conversation about what to do when that happens prior and having that all, I mean, God, ask ChatGPT to write you up a business contract and say, you know, please take into accordance that one person is reactionary while one person is, you know, sometimes somebody's fight and somebody's flight when something bad happens. There's just something there where you're going to have to make decisions about how you're going to meet indecision and disagreement with things. The idea is good. There's a better way of executing, maybe not a better way, just a more updated way of executing the full idea. But the way out of that, the way out of that is just to consult others. Instead of saying, well, I know my way is better than your way, just consult other people that do marketing now. And you can also ask ChatGPT to write you up a marketing, to put in your business idea, to assess the competition, give you search numbers, and then ask for a marketing strategy for it. You can ask ChatGPT for that. And then it's the ChatGPT absorbing all of the information that's out there in the internet. And then there's an objective in between. Sorry, that was not an easy yes or no. Okay. Neha, any chance of marriage with this guy my family was discussing yesterday? Spartacus, you're such a character. I'm sure that you would have, at the very least, a modicum of fame. I think you'd be waiting longer than you need to. What they're playing in my head is you could go with this, or you could go with that, or you could get with this, and you could get with that. Who's that? Fatboy Slim? Weapon of Choice? That's the song they're playing in my head right now. I have the Seven of Pentacles and the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. If you want to, you can, but I honestly feel like something else is going to come along while you're waiting, and that might be a little bit of a sticky situation. Let's see, Spartacus. If you put yourself out there, will you be? It depends on what you feel like they're telling me. Like, well, what do you think is famous? Do you want to be like Beyonce famous? Then no. Do you want to be like, have a strong following and get like product endorsements, that kind of thing? I'm feeling yes. Let's just see what the pendulum says. If Spartacus puts themselves out there, how about turning yes before I can finish? Will they be famous? Yes. You will be known. You will be known for sure. Okay, guys. I think that I am... Oh, I see a question from Stella. Yeah, you have to, I think, Stella, you have to make somewhat of a move there, but I still don't think that is like your person. I keep getting the thing for you where it's like, it's okay that you've asked so many. I don't mind. I feel bad that you're in that. It feels like you're in waiting energy. And I just feel like, okay, will Stella be... I get that you can be, but I always get, this is now, this time it's the Nine of Wands in reverse. I do see a bit of scandal with you, Spartacus. Can I hold a card for Stella? My love, I got the Four of Wands in reverse. Like, I just don't think that this person is for you. I mean, they could be for you, but I don't think they're like worthy of you. You have this like beautiful, gentle way about you. It almost feels like being wrapped in a blanket when I think about your energy. And I don't know that this person appreciates that. And I feel like they want to be where they're not wanted because that push through is what is a trauma response to something. I hope that's helpful. All my loves, listen. Also, I do appointments with Connie Jo. They are amazing. So she and I, when we link, our guides work very, very well together. She can see something. I can feel around it. Hey, Corey. So that is also, that's Skywalker Evolutionary, and you can find that on my website, Suzzy Evolutionary. But those are pretty amazing. Most people who have done one have ended up doing more than one, because what comes out of it is incredible. We usually are kind of a little blown away because we can't believe what one person can pick up and the other person will see it. We never discuss anything. I don't talk about it enough. So I just wanted to remind everybody that we also work together. And then you have all four Claire's, my trauma informed, education and her just phenomenal, especially progressed, advanced astrology all in one sitting. So we accomplish a lot. No, Neha, I answered you. I definitely did. Was there any chance of marriage? And I said, there could be, but you'll be waiting a while and something better will come along as you're waiting. And then that puts you in a sticky situation. I definitely did. Go back. You'll find it. All right, guys, I love you. Now you love you. And I hope you all have a happy, safe weekend. If you need me for anything, go to SuzzyEvolutionary.com and just go right to the contact, and ask what you gotta ask. Corey, I wish I've been on for like 3.5 hours. I'm donezo. I would be remiss in taking another question. All right, I will see you all. Please give the video a like and a share, and I will be starting air signs tomorrow. I may finish them up on Sunday. Haven't decided. I love you all back, and water signs are a doozy, and they're up on the channel. Hi, Jupiter Jazz. I'll see you all soon. Okay, bye everyone.